Okay, I am giving some updates, I guess, on the Clematis sweater. Sorry, I'm trying to talk louder than usual because I have no idea if my mic is really picking up on everything. Hopefully it is. But yeah, I am gonna give some updates. I guess this is gonna be another Clematis vlog. I don't know. Maybe just a general vlog, but this is what we have so far. We've got a sleeve, y'all. This sleeve was not easy to put together. This sleeve took me a second. It took a second to make because I started off with like the needles that I was using, I guess were too big. They were shorties, but I think that they were like slightly bigger shorties. Like they were, they were slightly bigger shorties. And I want to show too because I actually bought Chiagu shorties. I bought both. This one, I guess, I really want to get into sock knitting, so I was like, okay, sure, I'll get both. So I grabbed the reds for sock knitting, and then I grabbed the blues for like sleeves, basically. Because I feel like all the needles in here are about the size that I would need for any of the sleeves. But basically, I am going to be spending some time working on the other sleeve. So I really need to get this other sleeve done. I think I'm also going to put on maybe like a couple more inches on the body before I then do the ribbing. I do want it to be cropped, so I do like that it is cropped. So I don't want it to be too long. I want it to basically stop like right at the waist. Or not waist, but hip, like right at the top of the hip. So I don't want it to be too long because I do want it to be more of a crop fit. But this is coming out so well. And these little decreases and increases really working up so perfectly. So I feel like in general, I do really like how everything is coming together. So yeah, I guess I think that when I put this vlog out, I would like to be done. I would like to be done with it. I will definitely do some try-ons throughout. But yeah, I guess this is day one of me finishing the Clematis sweater. So exciting stuff. Okay, so I am gonna stop knitting now, or at least tonight. So I'll just show a little bit I'll just show where I managed to get. So I just managed to get the short row shaping for the arm. So this is pretty much where I'm at. I'm gonna stop for the night, but again, I just ended up finishing the short rows and just kind of going back and forth. So now the arm is pretty much shaped, and then what will be left is basically just going around in the round with this. So I am pretty much going to call it for the night with the knitting. I'll come back at this tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, and get some more work done on it. But yeah, this is it. This is where we've got, and we're pretty much done. And I think this is some good progress. It took an hour, but we made it. So yeah. so this audio probably sounds really bad right now because you probably hear my partner playing Fortnite in the background. Um, but I am about to just, I guess, continue on with the vlog. So I think I'll get a little bit of the clematis done today. Some more of the like right sleeve or the left sleeve. I know that I finished up the right sleeve, and then like in the previous video, like the other day, in the previous video the other day, I was recording like me starting off on the like short row shaping, the German short row shaping for the like left arm. So I'm gonna get some more work done on that. And then yes, sorry about the audio. I'm literally just using the camera audio right now, so or the camera mic right now. So we'll see how that picks up. But I think right now it is Saturday. It is like Saturday afternoon. And I have the Twilight Lego set for the Cullen house. So what I am going to do instead of knitting is build my Lego set. I just got through feeding my cat son right now. He was being very annoying, acting like he has not eaten a day in his life ever. So I had to hurry up and feed him. I'm making myself a matcha, and I will, I guess, get to building. So yeah, I think I will show a little bit of this process, or like a little bit of me like building it maybe, or just like what it kind of looks like. But guys, it's so nice. Like, the box is so nice. Actually, let me pause here and show it. This is the box. And yeah, it is beautiful. I think that this is going to be so fun. I know exactly where it's gonna go. We have like a little like shelf that we're building out right now for our Legos, me and my partner. So yes, I am going to watch Twilight. And I'm going to build this Twilight set. This is going to be my self-care for Saturday. I am making myself a matcha. I'm gonna finish my matcha, or finish making my matcha, get started on this, and yeah, I guess just enjoy this fine snowy Saturday. And I'm so excited because this is an extended weekend because of President's Day. So I feel like I definitely want to maybe dedicate today and part of tomorrow to finishing the Lego set. Edit this video that I just finished, which you will see that video before you see this video, of course. But that one is basically just like my 2025 knitting plans. So I like made that. I'm gonna edit that tomorrow for Sunday. Finish this Lego set, and if I have some time throughout the rest of the day, then I'll knit up some more on the Clematis, or I'll read. I don't know. The world is my oyster. Like, I have a 3-day weekend, technically a 3.5-day weekend, because I worked today. In the morning, I was like working with one of my colleagues. We were doing some interviews for our upcoming like high school internship. So it was a lot. It was like 3 hours. So I'm also taking off, or not taking off, but I'm flexing time Tuesday morning. So I will technically get started with work around like 1 o'clock on Tuesday. So it's like a 3.5 weekend for me right now. And I can't wait. So yes, I think I'll get quite a bit of knitting done. Hopefully I'll finish the sleeve. Hopefully I can also finish up the body of the Clematis. So then all that'll be left will be the ribbing. So the collar ribbing, the hem, the button bands, like getting all that done. I think I'm now approaching a time where I should start looking at what buttons I want to choose. So that'll be the other thing. But yes, hoping you can hear me, hoping the audio isn't the worst, since I'm not using like my external mic. And yeah, I'm just gonna get started on the on this here little Lego set. But yeah. Okay, so JK, I will not be watching Twilight because it is not streamable. So at this point, I definitely need to just get them all on DVD so that I can watch it whenever I want to watch it and not whenever it's available to stream. Because the last time I remember it being available to stream on Disney Plus, and it is no longer available to stream on Disney Plus. So a change of plans. I am still gonna make the set, but I will watch Severance instead. I am on season 2. I was one of the unlucky people who had to wait years for season 2. So there's that, but I will watch Severance instead while I make my Twilight Lego set. I just got back from the gym. I have yarn that came in the mail finally. So I ordered some yarn from Wool & Company. I love Wool & Company. I feel like they have everything that I need. So that's amazing. Plus I am not like, plus there's like the Wool & Company store, not super far away, about an hour out, but that means that things do tend to get to me a little quicker, which is nice. But I ordered the sock yarn that I'm gonna use for socks that I'm making. I mentioned this in my 2025 knitting plans video, but I am knitting socks. And this is the yarn that I got. So it is Cascade Yarn's Heritage Yarn. It's superwash merino wool and nylon. It's so beautiful. A little closer up, I guess. But yeah, so Cascade's Yarn superwash merino. It looks like a little donut twist, which I love, but I'm excited to finally pick up some socks and knit them. I think I'm overly excited, so I may start socks today. I probably shouldn't because I am still making the Clematis sweater, but this is the way that my brain works. Like I just want to do the thing, you know? Like I have the thing, I have the material. Now I want to do the thing. Now I want to get it get it started, get the yarn on my needles. So we'll see. I may start socks today, or I may take a break. And not take a break, but I may like wait to start the socks and just continue on with the Clematis, which is what I should do. What I should do is continue with the Clematis. What I want to do is pick up the socks. So yes, I do need to make a swatch though. So knowing that I need to make a swatch is probably going to be the thing that gives me pause with making, gives me pause with like putting the socks on my needles. So we'll see, but I have the sock yarn, so thank God. And then I have more merino. No, I have more mohair. So the soft silk mohair finally came in. I ran out literally like last night. I knitted until I could not knit anymore. So I'll pick it back up. Instead of doing the socks, I will do the clematis sweater because I do kind of want to finish it this week if possible. Even perhaps this weekend, we'll see. I'm having a movie night. I'm hosting a movie night at my place with my friends. It's a Black History Month movie night, so we're watching Black classics. I tonight am going to put together like a little like movie showtimes agenda for my friends. Probably like do some cute Canva or whatever, some cute, some light, and hit that. And I'll do knitting, so I'll work on the clematis. But I'll also, like I was saying, I'm doing the movie night with friends. I'm gonna try to get to the clematis sweater to this weekend, and hopefully I can finish it. I probably won't finish it because I do still have to buy buttons. I have no idea what buttons I'm gonna put on the clematis. So I do still need to figure out buttons, buy the buttons, but I think for the most part I can at least have the sweater together, and that is the goal. So yes, if not by the end of this week, then by the end of next week the clematis should be done, because I do want to get this video out as well. I like this frequency of like podcast, then vlog, then podcast, then vlog. Okay, so this is how much I have completed on the Clematis, and I feel like it came out pretty good. I don't think I'll have any troubles with like getting it to the length that I want once I block it, which is nice. Um, Sorry, I'm really trying to like make sure the exposure is good on this. And then as you can see, I really like how that diagonal works, but I do have it bunched up. It's still, I didn't take it off of the cord. I didn't want to. So I don't really see like fully how it looks, but I know it's very bunched up. So once it's unbunched, it will fully close up here, which is nice. And then this is how much I've worked on the other sleeve. So I still have a bit of work to do on the other sleeve. I definitely think it'll get there eventually. But I do plan on having the Clematis done, I think, by the time I post this vlog. So I think maybe another week of work, please. I'm thinking another week of work and it'll be good to go. This is how much yarn I have left. I'm definitely getting there. Really like how it's coming out. I'm gonna do some more work on the body because I do want the body to hit right at the like waist here. So it is higher than I'd like, I think. Or it's getting there. But yeah, I think maybe like right at the waist I'd want the body. And then yes, I do have yarn coming today though. So I just got some yarn I got yarn from Woolen Company, so that should be on the way. Today, it's out for delivery today, so that's nice because I am down to just a little bit of Mohair. And then I think I may need one more ball of the Plymouth yarn, which is unfortunate because it is pricier, but I'm going to see how much of it I can get done. Once I get too far gone with it, then of course I'll have to buy another, but I think I should be good. I just have the ribbing to do, the button band to do, and then the sleeve, the rest of the sleeve, and then maybe like 2 more inches on the body, and I think I'm good. So yeah, getting there, almost done, and I'm really excited about this one. I think once it blocks out, it's gonna be so perfect. So yes, I have more yarn from Woolen Company, and this is the last of the sock yarn. So I guess I'm gonna see this one is, so the yarn, oh, okay, this is the color denim and the Cascade Heritage yarn. And it is honestly a very stunning blue. I feel like this is gonna look really good with the ruffle that I have in mind for it. So I'm really, really excited to knit this one up. It is a fingering weight yarn, and it is a superwash merino wool with nylon. So this is how it looks. And it is honestly such a nice color. I feel like Cascade yarn always has beautiful colors. So I knew that they wouldn't disappoint with this one. And this denim just looks, and it honestly looks a little darker than it did online, but I also like that about it. I love this color. I feel like it's beautiful. I'm glad that I stuck with it because it did take a couple weeks to get to me, just because Woolen Company didn't have it in stock, so they had to like get it from Cascade Yarn. But yes, so the color denim is for the soft ruffle sock that I have, or that I will be casting on, and then latte this brown is for the just plain vanilla sock that I'll be casting on. But both of these colors are really nice, really pretty. I can't wait to actually knit them. I feel like I'm going to knit them actually today. I have the sleeves of the sleeves in pretty much the body of the Clematis sweater pretty much done. So all that is left for the Clematis is the ribbing. I have to get through the ribbing of the body and then the ribbing of the like button band and the ribbing on the neck, but pretty much almost done. So I think I'm gonna take another Clematis break, perhaps. Actually, no. I think I'm gonna try to finish the Clematis. I'll try to finish it or see how far I get on it with the ribbing and everything today. And then hopefully have it done by the end of this week, so then I can finally cast on socks. I may cast on socks today. I really want to. I think I just need to hold myself to finishing the Clematis. Not that I'm not having a good time with the Clematis, but I feel like when I get yarn for another project, I'm just like itching to start the other project, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at, pretty much. So I'm about to start knitting socks. I have like barely any yarn left for the Clematis, so I'm going to put the Clematis down for a second. Woe is me, but I'm going to put it down for a second and I'm going to switch over to socks instead. And I've actually changed my mind about how I want to do the socks. So I really don't want just a plain brown sock. I'm actually going to instead do a like contrast color sock. So the cuff and the heel and the toe are going to be a different color. So I'm going to do two where the base color is blue and the heel toe cuff are brown, and then a pair where the base color is brown and the heel toe cuff are blue. So I'm going to do that. I'm gonna spend some time working on that project while I pretty much wait on my yarn to come in the mail. So I did do an order for it. We'll see how long it takes. I think it may take up to a couple weeks, but most likely less. For the socks, I have my Chiaku Reds. So I'm excited to use these very tiny needles on them. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do maybe the cuff in a US 0, and I'll do the like heel, or not the heel, but the rest of stockinette in US 1. So we'll see how that goes. I don't really feel like making a gauge swatch, so I'm just gonna trust that my gauge is okay and that things will be fine when I block it. I'm also using of course, a wool and nylon blend, so it should be nice and stretchy. And the blocking process should help too. So I think if anything, I'd probably be more concerned. Typically I knit tighter, so I'd be more concerned that the socks come out smaller than I'd like. But that's okay, because I feel like if they come out too small for me, then I'll just give them to somebody else. But I think it should be good. I'm excited. We're gonna get started. And we'll just see how it goes. But again, the colors that I have are these two guys. So the denim and the latte from Cascade Yarns, their heritage brand, their heritage line. Very beautiful colors. I think they're gonna look really good together. And my partner actually was the one who was like, oh, when he saw it, he was like, oh, are you gonna be using, like, are you gonna make two different colors socks, like two different colors on one sock? And I was like, no, like the blue was gonna be a frill, like a ruffle sock, and the brown will just be a plain sock. But then I was like, I don't feel like making a plain brown sock, so
We'll just do contrast colors, and I think that'll be fun and a challenge. And I feel like I'm up for the challenge. These are just socks. They're just socks. And I feel like of the projects I've unraveled and started over, socks are going to be totally fine to unravel and start over. So, yeah, here we go. Put the clematis down again, picking up socks. Very excited. Been really wanting to do this for a few days now. As soon as the yarn came in, I was just like, yeah, this is the move. So I'm glad I waited for both to come in. So now I can do the contrast and they'll be cute. Okay, so hoping you can hear me. I just wanted to, I guess, kind of wrap up this vlog. Whole thing has been about the clematis sweater, pretty much, and just like a little things I've been doing at home. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I won't be able to finish it. I won't be able to finish the clematis. I really wanted it to be done this vlog, but I just can't because I still have to get the rest of the yarn in order to finish it. So I didn't order through Yarn Country for Plymouth Yarn's Yakima in the color teal. We'll see. I just don't. I don't know when it'll come. I sent them a message because I haven't gotten order confirmation or anything. So we'll see. I can show, I guess, how much I've done, but I'm probably not gonna try it on again. Um, but yes, yeah, this is how much is done. So we've got the sleeves together. Um, I am doing the Italian bind off on the hem. So I'm finishing that out. But the Italian bind off, oh God. But the Italian bind off is not done. So I've still got a ways to go on that, to be honest. And honestly, the Italian bind off on this has been enough to make me not want to finish. I will because I'm so close to being done. I really just have the neckline and the button band to do ripping on and Italian bind off. So I'm so close to being finished. And then buttons. Buttons is the last thing because the yarn hasn't come yet, so I can finish it. I'm just still trying to like figure that out. Um, but yes, and I don't think that I want to add the buttons until after I block it because I know that that's going to stretch out the buttonholes and it's going to stretch out the placement of everything. Like it's going to stretch so much out that like that has to be, of course, my last thing that I do. So I'm gonna wait until I finish it and block it, and then I'll decide on the buttons. I think for the most part, I just want something like simple, maybe some white buttons or pearl buttons. We'll see, but also of course small buttons. I think that the buttonholes will need to be on the smaller side for this. But yes, also I am sick, so that is another thing. I don't know if it's allergies or if it's a cold. I do know it's not COVID based off of how I've been testing. But yeah, I'm sick and that is going to ruin my plans this weekend, which really sucks because I had really good plans this weekend. Like me and a couple friends were gonna go on a like day trip. Um, we're gonna go on a day trip to see this like play that one of their like friends, I think is like directing or in. I don't know. I was just along for the ride, but of course I probably won't be able to join. And then depending on how I feel Sunday, I may or may not be able to do these plans. But me and some friends were gonna get together and do a record swap. But we were basically going to listen to each other's records. So bring records to one of our homes, sit down together, listen to those records, um, and it would have been really, really nice. Um, but unfortunately, I am sick, so I will be at home knitting, watching TV, and we'll see. We'll see how I feel Sunday. I may or may not go. It depends on how I feel Sunday, but it also depends on how other people feel about me coming. Come as I am like getting over being sick. So there's that. But okay. Yes, Clematis almost done, very close to being finished. So excited for this sweater, but also dreading the finishing process because Italian bind off really, really sucks. Like, it's beautiful, it looks fantastic. Um, like, it's such a like, look at this. It's so nice. It looks really good. Um, but at the end of the day, it's not fun. Oh, yeah. Like, that looks so good. It looks so good. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I have to do this. Like, I am spending all of this time making these garments. I can squeeze out the extra hours to finish Italian bind off because it does take me a while to do it. I don't know what it is. Sometimes the yarn just gets really tangled. It's so annoying. I don't do Italian bind. If I'm doing a sweater like this, I'm doing this held together with Mohair. The Italian bind off part is not happening with the Mohair too. Like, I've made that mistake before. Never again. That it gets too tangled. So I'm just doing it with one strand of yarn, and that is the yarn. Like, that's the main yarn. So yes, and you'd think it would make me move faster, but alas, it does not. Still moving quite slowly. It is so draining, but it is like the last piece of the puzzle that brings everything together. So I do it. Um, but yes, that is my update on the Clematis. I am also knitting socks, and look at this baby. So cute. Look at this sock. Like, it really looks like a sock. I am just in awe. Like, just go ahead and let me show you guys the progress here. It's so beautiful. And then look. So my friend got me these beautiful stitch markers. They look so good. And I adore them. I'm also using a safety pin as a stitch marker, of course. I should have some stitch markers coming today, like that are the safety pin type, but they're not an actual safety pin. Um, because that's been pretty annoying. But yeah, this is my first sock, and it just looks phenomenal. So I again decided to, instead of making like a plain latte sock and then or a plain sock in this color latte Cascade yarn, and then a plain soft ruffle sock with Cascade's like yarn and denim, I instead decided to uh, combine them. It looks so good. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I'll most likely do a podcast, but it's just so beautiful. And then shout out to my friend Karanda for buying me these beautiful stitch markers because they just look phenomenal. So good on like this little charm with the sock. It's fueling me in a way. It's making me want to go even harder on this guy. So I love it, and the colors just look so good together. It's just perfect. So yeah, it's been good. I think I like socks. Even on these little needles, I'm just trucking along, truck, truck, truck. Um, I did have to like start the cast on, like redo the cast on a few times, just because I kept messing up long tail cast on, which I do so often. Like I'm not. It's like the yarn that I'm pulling from isn't. I don't know. The long tail just remains a long tail basically, and that annoys me so much. But it's coming together. I did. It's so funny because I've never used wool yarn with like a wool and nylon blend. So I tried to break the yarn, break the tail off, and it wasn't working. Like usually I can just do it with my bare hands. I was like, oh, this kind of is hurting me as I'm trying to pull it apart. So yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that these are going to be some quality indestructible socks. So yeah. And I also wanted to share a quick update too. I bought a DVD player. Um, so me and my partner were talking last night, and I was like, "Oh, I got I got the Twilight movies on DVD from my local library." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so excited to watch them. I'm gonna watch them tomorrow, like while I work. It's gonna be so great." And he was like, "Well, how are you gonna watch it? Because I'm gonna be playing video games. Like, if you're gonna be watching Twilight, then I'm gonna be playing video games on, like, his PS5." And so I'm like, "But what do you mean? Like, what do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know." So I was just like, "Okay, let's see if the library has DVD players." They do, but they're all checked out. So I was like, you know what? We want to continue growing our different collections. So we have a book collection going right now. We have a record collection going, and we have a CD collection going. We have a CD player. We have a record player. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just get a DVD player. I'm gonna just go ahead and buy a DVD player. So yeah, I bought a Blu-ray DVD player, Panasonic. Got a lot of really good reviews, so I'm a trust in it. But yeah, I'm gonna watch the DVDs that I got from the library on this. And then now we can like buy more DVDs and buy like movies and TV shows. I just feel like media is something that we both like. Physical media is something we both cherish. So it is something that we are definitely going to be investing in um, continually. Like, I'm just so excited for the collections we end up having over time. Some lucky people in our family are going to inherit a lot of great things from us. Um, so there's that. But I will be putting this DVD player together, and I'm really excited. And then I guess speaking of Twilight, I did end up finishing the Twilight Cullen House Lego set. And it came out so good. I love it so much. It's just this quirky little piece in our home now. And as much as my partner, like, as much as they don't like Twilight, which is, it is what it is. I feel like they get it. They get why I still love it so much. Like, they get the nostalgia behind it. They get that it really was just a fun time in the early 2000s. And then they also get that, like, yes, it is like a comfort show for me. Like, it's something that I put on in the background, and it is what it is, which is why I need to own like my own DVDs of it so that I can just like randomly watch it whenever I want to. But yes, we have this quirky piece, this Twilight house in our home, and I just find it hilarious. But it took 3 days to put together, and I was gonna document all 3 days of that process, but then I was just like, no, I don't think that everything needs to be documented in my vlogs. I feel like there's times where I can just sit down and do recaps and or show finished projects like this. But I think that a lot of other things, I don't know. I feel like I'm still trying to get the hang of like how much do I want to show and how much don't I want to show in these vlogs. I feel like that is definitely going to be a process that I continue to figure out over time. It'll change the way I vlog over time. But yeah, I think I'm still trying to figure out that balance for myself. But yes, the Lego set took 3 days. It's 2,000 pieces, 2001 pieces. Um, I like messed up a few times, but Lego is so good at their directions that I was like, clearly this is my fault. It's obviously not Lego's fault, clearly. So I would go back and see, and I'd be like, oh, I did not put this piece in, or I'd be like, oh, like I have 4 big pieces, and although Lego does have like extra pieces that they always throw in there, they're never huge. Like all the huge pieces or all the bigger pieces, they have a place to go. They have a home in the finished piece. So yeah, I did do that, and it was great, and it was a lot of fun. I was exhausted by the end, but I am going to have more Legos that I do. My partner actually is the one who put me on to Legos. They are obsessed with Legos. They love building things. They have a lot of floral Lego sets, and they are tired of the flowers. So they're trying to think about other things that they want to get. Yeah, we just love Legos. We have our own little like Lego collection going as well. I've also gotten them some different Lego sets. I've gotten them the Up House with the balloons. I got them the Jazz Quartet. And then I got them the like Dozen Roses. I had to, even though they were around that time, they were like, "Ah, I'm so tired of flowers." I was like, Valentine's Day is coming up, and this was last year, but I was like, Valentine's Day is coming up. Gotta get you a dozen roses. So sorry. Actually, no, that wasn't Valentine's Day. That was our anniversary. Oh well. But yes, and yeah, I think that's probably the wrap up for everything. So the Lego sets, the Clematis, working on socks. Oh, I did do the movie night with my friends. It came out so well. We had a grand time. Again, I did not get footage of that because I don't really want to have a camera in my friend's face being like, hey, I'm going to record this. I'm going to record this very intimate moment of us. No shade to anyone who does that, but yeah, I think that that's something that I'll probably just like share recaps of like moments with my friends, but not actually have footage of it all the time. Probably not footage of them, but maybe like if we're out at a yarn store, if we're out at a museum or Top Shop, I don't know, different things like that where I could maybe get footage of the space and get some footage of of the space in general. I think that I would gather, but not any moments of us together. I feel like those are our intimate moments I want to keep between us, as well as those moments between me and my partner. So yeah, but I think all in all, that is pretty much what I want to share. Oh, also during the movie night that we did, I was able to finish the sleeve of the Clematis. So that was a time where I was able to finish the sleeve. And then after that, once I left, I just worked some more on the body, did the ribbing, and then have been working through the Italian bind off on the body. So yeah, those are the updates. That is everything. I will see you guys in the next vlog. Hopefully, I have a finished sweater for you guys, and also hopefully a finished sock. So I think that that would be nice. Those two things. Yeah. But thank you again for coming to watch me yap. It's always nice to do these. I think these are really fun. I really like doing this style of content, just like going through my projects, recording me doing my projects, talking about the project as I go along with it. I feel like that's even more fun than the podcast, but I do really enjoy the podcast. Someone on TikTok was actually like, podcasts are like knitting podcasts are boring, despite them being like a knitting podcaster and watching knitting podcast content. They just mentioned it being this boring thing, but attached to that, they were like, if you are going to watch knitting podcasts, you should really diversify the creators that you watch. And I thought that that was a very important message, a very needed message, because I feel like there are so many creators out there, various backgrounds. There's just like, I feel like in general, fiber arts community is very diverse. So I think that seeing the popularity of more diverse creators popping up is a must. I really want more people to engage in other content, which is why I'm like, oh yes, I think the next video I will definitely be talking about my favorite YouTubers specifically. So yeah, but in general, I think I am done. I think that is enough yapping. Me just being sick is making this wrap up a little harder to get through. I can't yap as much as I would like. But yes, thank you again for joining. I hope I see you in the next one, which the next one should be my let's talk about the YouTubers, the fiber arts YouTubers that I enjoy and that I suggest other people engage in. I know this is the second vlog I've mentioned that, but it is actually happening. So yes, thank you again. I'll see you guys in the next one.